All right, here we are. We made it to the last chapter of The Land I Lost, Adventures of a Boy in Vietnam. Before I read this last chapter, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me reading this book. I've really enjoyed reading to you. And if you have any requests for any other books you'd like me to read to you, make sure you leave that in the comments down below. All right, here we go. Chapter 15, Sorrow. Winter nights on the central highlands of Vietnam are very cold. Sometimes when the wind was howling outside and we were huddling around the fireplace, I worried about Tank and the rest of the herd. But my father told me that water buffaloes adapt themselves very well to the cold weather because they are much bigger and stronger than we are. And sure enough, in the morning when I touched their shoulders, I found that they were quite warm. And when I gave them food and water, they drank and ate heartily. One day, when I was in the field with the herd, fierce fighting between the French forces and the resistance led by Ho Chi Minh erupted in our hamlet. The battle was so close that I tried to run away and find shelter in the river nearby. I led Tank and the rest of the herd toward the river, but suddenly I noticed that Tank was lagging behind and limping. I ran back and saw that Tank had been hit by a stray bullet, which had passed through his chest. With my urging, Tank made it to the river, but he looked very weak when he lay down. I tapped Tank's neck slightly to let him know that I was still with him, and I also tried to tell him that he would be okay. I saw tears in Tank's eyes, but I did not know whether he suffered from the bullet wound or whether he was sad because he was going to die. When the battle was over, Tank could not get up. He died about an hour later. We buried Tank in the graveyard where we buried all the dead of our family, and every Lunar New Year, my father burned incense in front of all the tombs, including Tank's. And here's a picture.